morning, young men of St. John's College, and particularly those who would have been representing their school during this term, whether in sport, academics, or in cultural competition. My name is Brett Tucker. I matriculated in 1997 from Clayton House, St. John's College. Mr. Leon Cachet has asked me to say a couple of words regarding my career, as well as my experiences at St. John's and in professional sport. I was exceptionally fortunate to play 6 years of professional cricket, as well as represent my country at the 2006 Hockey World Cup. So on to the stories. I'm going to share two stories with you, one in hockey, one in cricket, and equal experiences, and if not better experiences, at the St. John's College. My first experience, I think, for me as a professional cricketer was scoring 100 against Western Province at Newlands against a full-strength Western Province attack. For a person with my limited cricket ability, this was a magnificent achievement for me. But nothing quite compared to the experience I had at St. John's College. We were playing our arch rivals, King Edward's, in the last day of Beckwith week at St. Stithians. It was a pretty average wicket, and we had bowled out King Edward's for 180. We had got into bat and were 30 for 5. Needless to say, we worked our way through the game and won the game by 5 wickets. I was even able to hit the last ball for 6, which is pretty rare with my ball striking ability. That memory of being King Edward's and what it meant to the boys, as well as the masters, is something that will never leave my heart. On to hockey. I think for me, in hockey, representing my country was the most important thing I ever did. Walking out in front of 25,000 people to play against Holland in Germany at the World Cup was the proudest moment in my hockey career. Funny enough though, there's another memory that sticks right next to that, and that was once again while playing hockey for St. John's College First 11. That was the time when we played in the 2006 Aiken final against Parktown Boys. I remember every minute of that game like it was yesterday. These memories for me give me a good indication of why I was so passionate and loving towards the school, and how fortunate I was to go to such an amazing school. I was also very fortunate to have some of the most unbelievable schoolmasters that touched my career on the way through. Mr. Norris, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Leon Cachet, Mr. Hummel, Mr. Nozake, Mr. Thompson, just to name a few. How privileged we all are to have these sort of men in our lives. Onto this time that you guys are facing currently. I can probably say that I have a small idea of what you're going through, and only based on the fact that I'm dealing with one or two athletes who would have been attending the Olympic Games now in August. The sheer despair that these guys are going through, guys and girls are going through, not knowing whether the Olympics is ever going to happen. These guys have prepared for 4 to 8 to 12 years to go to the Olympics, not knowing whether they're going to represent their country is something that I find truly horrific. I think for guys at the school, you're probably going through something similar, not knowing whether you'll ever represent your school in your matric year. So I challenge you as follows, and I haven't passed this pass by Mr. Leon Cachet, but whether it's cricket, rugby, hockey, cultural events, whatever it is, choose the hardest opposition you would face in the year, your arch rivals, and set up a game, whether it's in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, or 9 months' time, and have that game. Make it the most important game you'll ever play for your school.